Today we'll be discussing about the basic operations on the stack using a C program. So first we have to declare a structure stack which has two members, item and top respectively. Item of 5 denotes that our stack will have a total of 5 elements to be stored in it. We cannot store more than 5 elements, and top will point to the topmost element in the stack. I'm using type definition, that is type definition is denoted by type def. It's a keyword. Type def struct stack, that is I can use just stack in the place of struct stack wherever I'm using it as a data structure. So we have to declare a variable for struct stack. So I have done it in the main program. Stack s, and I have to initialize the value of top to -1. S dot top is equal to -1, which implies that the stack is not having any element initially. That is, the topmost value is not yet, like, if we have the first element in the stack, then the top will point to 0. That is, 0th element of the stack is some whatever number that we are giving in. I'm using a loop to push, pop, and peek the elements respectively, and I have used switch case condition here, wherein I'm calling functions for the given input, pushing, popping, or seeing the peak element. So first we see the push operation, wherein we know that we cannot push an element if the stack is full. So first we have to check if the stack is full or not. We call a function called isFull. I have defined it here. IsFull is a function that will check if the topmost value of the top of the stack is equal to max minus 1 or not. That is, if say the max size was 5 here, 5 minus 1 is 4. So if the top is pointing to fourth element in the stack, it implies that it is full, so it returns 1, else it returns 0. If it returns 0, then we can like push the element into the stack, else we cannot push the element into the stack. So if the value is 1 here, then it prints stack overflow and it returns to wherever it was called, else it will push the element. While pushing the element, we should be really careful because we have to pre-increment the top value. That is, initially it was -1. So when we are pushing the first element, it becomes 0 first. So item of 0 is the number that we are assigning it to. Next, we see the pop operation. While popping, we must be careful it if the stack is having elements or not. So we have to call a function named isEmpty. I have defined it here, wherein I'm checking if s dot top is pointing to -1 or not. That is, if it is pointing to -1, it denotes that the stack is empty and the value returned is 1, else it returns 0. So I check if it's empty or not. If it's empty, then I print it as stack underflow. Else I'm going to store the topmost element in a variable so that I print it here. That is the element that I'm popping. Then I decrement the value of the top so that the value is lost. Similarly, for peek function, I have to check if it's empty or not again, because if it's empty, I cannot get a peek element. And then I store the topmost element into a variable name called num, and I'm returning it to the main function to print.